ridiculously windy out today. Holy God. There's a picture of my car from when I used to be super into like building cars, working on them, and just being around them 24/7. That is a 1990 Volkswagen Corrado. Pretty cool car, definitely worth having a picture of. It actually turned out pretty cool for the amount of work that I put into it, but it just got to a point where it was getting, sort of expensive. Every single paycheck I was making when I was working as an engineer went into that car, and it was still kind of a piece of crap. It's something I would love to revisit again. I would love to build another one of these cars and share it with you guys, but that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Angela, my beautiful girlfriend, got this made for me for Christmas one year, and a really good friend of mine who I've actually had on the channel before, Clayton, took this picture. So this picture means a lot to me, even though I'm not so much into cars anymore. Taking a different ferry this morning. Oh, it's cold out there today. Now I don't have a really clever way of segueing into this next topic, so I'm just going to kind of jump into it. A little while back, someone asked me what my opinion on disc brakes was for commuting. While my commuter bike doesn't have disc brakes on it, that doesn't mean I don't like them. That's just what was available to me at the time. And my opinion of disc brakes for commuting is incredibly high. I would say that they are definitely the brake choice to go with, for more than just the fact that they perform better, and in the case of a hydraulic brake, they modulate better, and the fact that they give you consistent braking in all weather conditions. Those are all great, but probably the thing I like the most about a disc brake is the fact that it takes the rim and the wheel out of the braking equation. See, the problem with rim brakes is the rim becomes a maintenance item. It wears away just like the brake pads do, albeit it takes a little bit longer. But the risk you run by not maintaining your rim is wearing the rim so thin that it can't actually handle holding the tire on at normal riding pressures. This can be quite a liability depending on what time it decides to happen to you at. If you're in the middle of a turn or you're riding really fast and you're not ready for that, not going to feel great. The biggest problem you're going to run into by letting a disc brake go too far is your performance is just going to get really bad and you'll go see a shop before something catastrophic happens. Not that there's anything really super catastrophic that can happen with a super worn out disc brake. It'll just be a little bit of money. The second thing I like about a disc brake on a commuter bike, especially commuter bikes, is the fact that wheels do go out of true from time to time, especially on wheels that are generally on commuter bikes. With a rim brake, you run the risk of having that rub on the brake, and then you have all this extra resistance, and you got to bring it in, or you got to do the work yourself. With a disc brake, you're no longer at the mercy of brake pads using the rim as the braking surface. Therefore, the rim can be slightly out of true, and it won't really do anything to the performance. It just doesn't ride quite as nice. Not to say you should necessarily be riding a super out of true wheel anyway, but it does give you a little bit more grace than maybe a rim brake does. And for the way I ride my Tri-Cross and like the dumb things I do with it, that would kind of be a bit of a benefit, especially if I'm like in the middle of a trail or something and I decide that I'm going to do something incredibly stupid and I come out with a wheel that kind of bent. The way it stands right now, if I did get a wheel incredibly out of true, I would probably need to detach the cable for the brake so that it opens it up far enough that it wouldn't rub. With a disc brake, that basically just gets rid of that problem. Basically, disc brakes just allow you to be a little bit lazier and safer if you're one of these people who doesn't like to do a ton of maintenance. And while I don't mind doing maintenance on nicer bikes, on my commuter bike, I'd prefer not touch it almost ever. And I just kind of deal with the shape that it's in all the time. And disc brakes would allow me to do that even more so than rim brakes do. On top of those 2 points, yes, the performance benefit, the consistent braking in all weather conditions, and in the case of hydro brakes, the modulation being better. That's pretty far from to say that I'm going to go out and buy a new bike just to get disc brakes. This thing still works totally fine. Alright, common theme on the channel, bikes, skids, and a lot of food. And the thing is, this week is Halifax Burger Week. It started yesterday. Basically what it is a ton of restaurants do a burger and hopefully do one for like $6. And some of the proceeds go towards Feed Nova Scotia. I like Burger Week because a lot of the restaurants are really trying to like one-up each other with $6 burgers. Which means you get to eat really good food for not a lot of money. So right now I'm going to meet Angela and we're gonna go get our first burger of Burger Week. It's still so cold out.